Hello, I'm Jimm Ites. I was born 16 July 1939, and I've been kind of a little crazy guy all my life. In the words of my old school teacher when I was 10 in a little country school, she said, Jim's always a little crazy. And my mother would say, when she found out I drove all the way across America one day to do powerlifting, and in her view, she said, you went all the way across this country to lift that stupid weight one time. Then she would say to me, one of these days, old boy, I was always old boy, you're going to be laying with a broken back beside that bar. And this is coming from the lady. She was 92 years old, and I take her to the doctor, and she'd always, at the end of every doctor's visit, she would point at him and see, one of these days you're going to admit I got cancer. And so she never got cancer. She was violating all the faith rules there is. But what I want to mention today, and I'll do another teaching on this, I was asked to come and pray for a young guy today who had a blood clot in his brain and a lot of other stuff. And so I was telling him some stuff, and then he said this, well, if this is God's will. And I stopped and I said to him, you got to knock off saying that. I'll tell you what God's will is. 3 John 1 and 2. Prosper, be in health as your soul prospers. And when your soul prospers, you're feeling good. And in psychology, you learn that every behavior you do is determined by how you think it will make you feel better. And that's a little rule. That's what motivates our behavior. And so I said in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, it says, this is the will of God for you to be thankful in all things. And I want to say this right here. Thankfulness and gratitude are like magnets for the will of God's blessings. In Deuteronomy 28 verse 2, it says, and the blessings of God will overtake you. We don't try to be blessed. We are just blessed. And you got to remember, God doesn't bless us because we're good. He blesses us because He's good. And He's the creator. And then He said in John chapter 6, He said, this is the will of God for you, that you believe in Jesus Christ. Well, whether you believe in Jesus Christ now or not, I hope one day you'll at least say His name, and I guarantee you, a great peace will come over you that you